welcome to another episode of Clashing Thoughts Reviews, where we give serious and sometimes petty takes on movies, trailers, games, and more. I'm Kyle. Next to me here is Jordan. What are we talking about and reviewing today?
I want to review this petty thing.
Why do you want to review the petty thing?
Because I don't understand it.
Because you're fucking petty and you bug me, so makes perfect sense. And I'm petty all the time, so you can be serious, I'll be petty. Look at that. You know what I mean?
True. But we're reviewing Glass. Do you know who directed it?
Michael Fassbender.
Ooh. His name does start with an M.
It's Michael Ashahanan.
Nope. Don't know what the fuck you just said.
I'm close.
Nope, not at all.
Michael Ashahanan.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's not. It says name.
Not his name.
What's his name?
M. Night Shyamalan.
I was close.
not at all.
How?
No.
No, it's not. I remember reading it on the thing.
Yeah, it showed up like 15 times.
Sure did. But I remember reading it. I
beat you over the head though. It's an M. Night Shyamalan
so
movie.
Don't ever come at me like that again. I know my movies, man. Michael Shyamalan.
No. But we just got out of it. Just watched it maybe 2 hours ago.
Something like that. We're doing spoilers and non-spoilers.
Always spoilers.
Always spoilers. So if you haven't seen it, exit out. Go watch the Spider-Man trailer reacts. Look at that. Plug in the show. It's like I've been doing this for years. Yeah. So, what's your thoughts on the beginning?
On the beginning of the movie?
Yeah. Take us through it.
I just want to say how much of a national treasure James McAvoy is.
National? That's debatable.
Nope.
I'm thinking world treasure.
I could sit and watch him play this part for 2 hours and just him be on screen, which is basically what Split was. But just seeing him switch between the characters, I could watch that for.
I want to know what happened between Glass and Split. I want to go deeper into it.
Oh.
Deeper into it.
We'll never get that movie.
Well, we need it.
I agree. But he's definitely the best actor of the three.
Yeah.
Is
his name Bruce Willis?
Yes.
He reminds me of Michael Keaton. Michael Keaton's the Vulture?
Yes.
They're the same person.
Not at all.
They're the same person.
Michael Keaton is leagues above Bruce Willis.
No, I'm saying they look the same.
Because
they're
same.
Same.
They're not the
same.
Same. What do you think of Samuel L. Jackson's character?
He's weird as fuck, man.
Glass?
He's a
I don't understand.
good actor too, though. He's in there fucking twitching and shit. What?
Yeah, I was wondering that. I was like, But I don't understand what his superpower. Like they said, his mind. So he's just really smart.
Yeah, basically.
Because he definitely does not fit the dynamic of the two other characters.
Yeah, he's just smart. He's not really that super.
What do you think of the therapist lady? I don't know her name. Ellie. I remember reading it on the paper.
I guess. Therapist lady. She was weird, and none of what she was really saying was making sense throughout the entire thing.
Agreed.
Because they were like, "Why? How did I not get shot?" Or like, when I got shot, how come it didn't fucking do anything? So I just didn't like her.
Yeah, she tried to justify it. The thing I don't understand is like the Bruce or Bruce Willis's character.
Keaton.
No.
Continue.
But
there's the petty takes. You feel me?
No.
Gotta bring it in there.
When she was David Dunn, couldn't think of his name. But when they
DD
had
for short.
No. Whenever they
Double
had
D in the morning.
Will you shut the fuck up? Whenever she has all three of them in that room, when they first meet, or when Dunn sees Glass for the first time.
Yeah.
And she was like, "Oh well, you just we're gonna do some experiments on you to see if it's just in your frontal lobe or whatever."
Yeah.
Couldn't he just jump out the window and prove to her that he can't fucking be hurt?
Well, he was chained down.
He could break out of that. He broke a fucking door.
But by the time he did that, they had the things in front, like the water jets and the light.
I didn't see the water jet. I looked for it. There was no water jets.
I know there was a light beam.
There was just the light.
I assumed there was a water jet.
Because I looked for the water jet.
The light, I don't feel like does anything to him, does it?
It changes his personality.
No, not. How about Double D in the morning?
Huh?
David Dunn.
He didn't have lights.
He had lights in front of him.
No, he did not.
Yes, he did.
No, he did not.
Yes, he did.
He had the water jets.
You just said the water jets were not there. Am I hearing?
You
anything?
said the lights. What are you talking about?
So, Double D in the morning / David Dunn, right? You just said why he didn't jump out the window, right?
When they're in the room, when the three of them are in the room.
And he's chained down, correct?
Yes.
And I said that there were lights there. Or I said there were jets, and you said no, the jets weren't there. You were looking for them.
They were not there.
The lights were, though. The lights were in
Yes.
front of him and James McAvoy. I don't understand why.
The lights were set up. It surrounded all three of them.
It
It's
did
just
not.
where they were positioned. Yes.
It did not.
Yes.
It did not.
It surrounded all three of
It
them.
did not.
You want to bet?
Yes.
What do you want to bet?
I'm not betting anything, but it was.
I bet $5. It was surrounded all three of them.
I'm a man of honor, and I don't participate in gambling. So, we'll have a gentleman's bet, and whoever wins has the pride behind it.
All three
But
of
it
them
doesn't.
were by the in front of the lights.
No.
But regardless, she was talking about how it's all in his head, and she was trying to trick them to make them think it was in their head. When this motherfucker literally fell out of a building 20 minutes prior in the movie.
I was saying the same thing. I'm not saying.
But
About
I don't.
that. But you are wrong about the light.
I'm definitely not wrong about that.
But continue.
But
So-
it just didn't make sense.
Give us a summary of the movie. Take us through the movie. Take us on a stroll here, if you will.
Who, me?
Yeah. Sorry. At the beginning.
It opens up with McAvoy. He has those 4 cheerleaders that he has chained up.
No. Time out. You skipped the best part of the entire movie. The very beginning is this guy Superman punching this fucking pedestrian walking. Is how it starts.
No, it starts out with Shia LaBeouf talking. I swear to God, that was Shia LaBeouf talking in the opening
I thought it
credits.
was too. But no, this man just came in, just punched this guy on the street. I thought it was James McAvoy.
That happened
just fucking
before.
with people.
No, that happened after.
After what?
That happened after James McAvoy was on screen. McAvoy was the first person we see.
Oh, I'm not. Wait. Okay. With the cheerleaders at the beginning?
Yes,
I don't think so.
that was the very first, because he was talking over the opening credits, and then it cuts to him, and then it shows the cheerleaders, and then it shows Bruce Willis was the second character.
I may disagree with that, but that's fine. It doesn't
Oh my
matter.
goodness, another bet I'm gonna win.
I know. I bet. I'm an honorable man. But best part of the movie, hands down, is the guy punching. But continue. What happens after that?
So it's James McAvoy. He has the 4 cheerleaders chained up.
Mhm.
He's talking to them as Hedwig,
Hedwig,
the owl from Harry Potter.
or the little 9-year-old kid that doesn't age, like Ash Ketchum, basically. I'm calling him Ash.
It's because it's all in his mind. But
It's a comic
then
book.
he's talking to them,
Spoilers.
and then it cuts to 2 guys walking down the street, one with a camera. And then here's the Superman punch. The guy just he walks by a guy, and then he just turns around, and he punches the shit out of the guy, and the guy falls down.
He's like, oh, and they super hype that shit up. It was hilarious. Like, no, I was expecting you to punch me. Like, what?
And then they go back to their house, and they're uploading the video. They're like, oh, we're going to get so many views. It's going to go viral, blah, blah, blah. And then Bruce Willis breaks into the house. He washes his hands for some reason, or turns the faucet on or something.
Yeah, he walks in, turns the light out, turns the faucet on.
Water on. Which makes no sense, because water says kryptonite. He's scared of water. That's another problem I have with the movie. I don't understand.
Why he's scared of water?
I understand because he almost drowned. Was there a noise? You turn around. Nick,
Go
cut
ahead.
in.
No, it was not.
No, it was Bruce Willis.
It was. Yes,
Yes,
it was
he
the
was in the
overseer.
raincoat.
He was in the raincoat.
Because then
Positive.
then he sees his son in the video store, and he's like, "Oh, you just saved these 2 guys."
Yeah.
Because his son quoted the guy when he was like, "You were Chef Bay, or Salt Bay, or what?"
Yeah, Salt
Bay
Bay
or
or
what-
something.
And he was like, "What is Salt Bay?" He was like, "He just seasoned shit."
Yeah, because he was a vigilante.
Yeah.
She went around so aggressively.
Man,
like,
I thought it was
what's
because I
going
hit the table.
I was like, "Can you not hear us? Because I guess we'll restart." I'm fucking. What's going on?
No, but what I was saying, he's scared of water, which I understand because they almost drowned. Because the little kids are assholes and try to drown him. They were just playing around or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
They basically drowned him. But he's in his bedroom in the psychiatric place, and they have the fucking jets over his bed. and they said that if he tried to escape, whatever, the jets are gonna 15,000 gallons of water just gonna blast him. How was that making him choke and swallow this water? Because there was that one scene where he's on the ground and he's spitting up water, and then he gets up on his bed, and she was like, "You feel super weak now because of the water. You can barely stand." How is the jets making him swallow the water and choke to death?
I think it's because it's coming from like every direction.
But if I didn't see anything on the ground for it to come up from, so he could just bend down. Like, I don't understand.
But if it bends down, it's gonna come from the top. Regardless, water is gonna be dripping down on you, and after a couple minutes of it just repeatedly coming down, it's going to.
But there's the grate, so the water couldn't flow up. So if he just looks down, it's just like you're in the shower and the water's just pouring on your head. It's not gonna make you choke and swallow the water.
I'm not fucking sinless. It's called them.
I'm just asking because I didn't understand that portion of the movie, like why he keeps choking. Like the end of the movie when they fucking kill him in the puddle. Spoilers. When they kill him in the puddle, that made perfect sense. How he died.
I don't think he's dead.
They're all three definitely dead.
Don't think he's dead.
I'm upset.
I
James
also
McAvoy
don't
died.
think James McAvoy's dead.
He's definitely dead. I was expecting him to turn to the beast.
Yeah.
And like the bullet was gonna spit out.
Continue down the stroll for me. Where are we at?
What happened? So he breaks into the house, washes his hands. The boy was like, "I'll kick your." He says something weird. He was like, I don't remember.
I'll salt cake you or something.
It wasn't that. It was something weird, but it was something like, "I'll beat your ass." Then he was like, "Superman, punch him, dude." So then the lights turn off, and then Bruce Willis kicks these guys' ass. The computer guy that was uploading the video. He sees Bruce Willis walking towards him, so he rolls up his sleeve like he's really gonna beat him up. After Bruce Willis just threw his friend through the wall. And then after that, we see Mr. Glass for the first time. No, I don't remember.
After that, he goes back to his son, or to
that's right. They go back to the video store,
the surveillance store.
He has a security store now.
Yeah,
and he opens up, and his son's there.
And his son has a fucking booklet of every weird thing these criminals have said to the vigilante, the overseer.
I was trying to read it, but
they called him Tiptoe or something like that.
I didn't understand that. Like, was that I didn't?
He was like, "Don't call me Tiptoe."
I didn't understand that. Was that a line from
I just think he didn't want to be called Tiptoe. They should have called him Twinkle Toes. What's that off of?
Twinkle Toes.
Twinkle Toes. Lindsay, what is Twinkle Toes off of?
I don't fucking know.
I was going for Avatar, but alright.
Like The Last Airbender?
Yeah.
How the fuck am I supposed to know
Talk
that?
called Aang Twinkle Toes.
You know I've never seen that. I've tried to watch the M. Night Shyamalan version. You yelled at me.
M. Al Shyamalan?
No, M. Night Shyamalan. You made me turn it off like 15 minutes into the movie.
Because that one's terrible. Fuck that movie.
I'll never know.
But, surveillance store, they talk about it, and then he tells his dad to be careful. He says that there's a triangle of where the kidnappings have occurred.
The James McAvoy one, yeah.
Yep. And he doesn't think he's staying within the triangle. He thinks he's staying outside of the triangle, but with easy access. So then he just
randomly
guesses
picks
the fucking factory,
which was legit a mile and a half away from the.
Yeah, didn't understand because he was like, "I think it's here." No, bitch. There's no way you think it's there.
It could be anywhere.
A million places it could fucking be. But all right, I'll play your game.
I mean, I can see because it's like a secluded area and there's not gonna be as many people. But I mean, there's no way he pinpointed the exact location. So then Bruce Willis goes to the factory area and he's walking around, touching people, trying to see if they're sinners. Yep. I heard you ask why, and while we was watching this, like, why are they touching everybody's hands?
I didn't understand, and I also watched Unbreakable earlier today, but I still didn't realize
didn't make the connection.
Nope. I was like, why is it? Motherfuckers weird. Stop touching people.
At the end of Unbreakable, he shakes his hand and sees that Glass was the one that caused all the catastrophe because he shook his hand.
Yeah, so.
No, it's legit thing happened. Anyway, he's walking around touching all the workers' hands, bumping into their shoulders and shit. And he was like, "Oh, he's not here. He may have already left. Transit's or closing. I'll come back tomorrow when the factory's opening or whatever." So then he sees James McAvoy's character, Kevin. Can't think of his fucking name.
Well, he's definitely was not Kevin. He was
Hedwig, but his name is Kevin.
And then this motherfucker. Oh, continue. Sorry.
But he's walking down the street. He has his headphones on. He has his yellow and white tracksuit. He's dancing around. He bumps into him, and then Bruce Willis' character sees where they're hidden. He says red clay, which I mean, Could be any of the factories,
Yeah, I
but he
didn't
found the
understand.
exact room.
And then Hedwig apologized, walked down the street.
He was like, "Sorry, dude."
yeah, walked down the street, drop kicked a fucking garage door, and kept on walking.
I'll tell you, James McAvoy was the best part of the movie.
Yeah,
Anytime he
100%.
was on the screen was amazing.
It was weird.
But so then Bruce Willis goes finds the girls. He's being really creepy and like running through the back in like the shadows and shit.
Well, he doesn't know who's in there.
You can't hurt him.
Oh, fuck that.
And
You
can hear
can't
the
hurt me
girl-
in Payday, but I'm going in there stealthy.
He can hear the girls like, no, fucking go save them, and they're
Yeah.
screaming, and then he's like and then he like breaks the bar or
Yep.
whatever with the crowbar
Mm-hmm.
and lets them go, and then they stay there for some reason, and James McAvoy, the Beast, comes in. He's crawling on the ceiling. They're like, "Where did he go?"
He's just like,
And then he's on the ceiling. Then he drops down. Then they start fighting, and Bruce Willis tells the girls to run. James McAvoy throws a table at the girl. She's definitely not able to get back up and run after this.
Yeah.
There's no fucking way they picked her up and ran.
well, towards the end, they said that she had to go to the hospital, and she
For
suffered some.
her arm.
Maybe it was just wrong.
No, she
fucked up, man.
she got a concussion. She
Nah.
done broke her neck or something. There's no way she just broke her
Unbreakable
arm.
too. Yeah.
And then they fight, and then James McAvoy's character is like trying
Getting
to.
fucked up, so he jumps out a window, or makes them both jump out a window.
That's Bruce Willis. James McAvoy has
Thank-
Bruce
nobody
Willis
know that.
like grabbed like
Yeah.
this, and he's trying to like I think he was trying to break his spine like he did later.
How's that
He
work
was-
out?
He was trying to hurt him. Bruce Willis obviously can't be hurt, so he jumps out a window.
Was confused where the bruises on.
James McAvoy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one right there on his chest. I didn't
And
understand
then
what
right
that was
here
from.
too.
I didn't see that one.
Yeah, he had-
Are you sure it's only 3 weeks?
Yeah, I disagree with that.
I think it was 3 weeks since he took the cheerleaders at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
Because I thought the same thing. Took the cheerleaders at the beginning of the movie. Because I thought the same thing at first, but I was like, this is definitely like a year or two. They're probably just scars.
Yeah, and they also said that I think it was Glass said something to Double D, where he said this was 19 years later than that one, or than Unbreakable. He referenced something Unbreakable, so it was
It was
19 years
Unbreakable.
later. So I would assume Split was whatever year that Split occurred.
2017.
17, yeah.
January of that year. But they jump out of a window.
Mm-hmm.
They're about to fight in the rain outside. And then there's a bunch of cops, because cops just fucking know where they're at. Then the therapist lady's there, and they flash the lights to make James McAvoy change characters. And he was like, I don't know what I'm doing here. He's the bad guy. Don't shoot me. He was like, I don't know what the fuck
He was
is
like,
going
I don't know
on.
what the fuck this
He was
is,
like, who
yeah.
the fuck are you? And then
I was gonna have a consulting meeting with the
Yeah.
Lord that day.
and then the therapist lady was like, David Dunn, don't run. If you do, you're gonna have to go through all these cops and hurt a bunch of people. So she knew their names, which should have been a dead giveaway. When it happened, I was like, how the fuck does she know these people's names? Because if she knows their names, she could just go arrest David Dunn any fucking time she wanted. Because he has a security store called Dunn Security. So they obviously know who the fuck he is. So he should have been arrested a long time ago. What does that look for?
Because she's not the police.
But I mean, she was with the police this time, so obviously they're
I
working
think it's
together.
a fake police with the clubs.
But
It was real police.
I mean, she could have went and got him any time then. That's what I'm saying. I don't know why she waited till this particular time. And how the fuck did she know they were there?
Well, she said towards the end that she was going to leave Double D alone.
Only if he were to say that it was all false. Or in his head.
No, was going to leave. She said that she was going to leave him alone if James McAvoy's character wasn't there as well.
But so then she takes him back to the insane asylum. It's Raven Hill, I think was the name. And Bruce Willis' son has an earpiece and he can hear everything, so he like starts investigating. He's like, "Oh shit, my dad's going to a psychiatric ward." They get there. What happened?
once they get in there?
Oh, they're going through the little security gate, and they're walking Bruce Willis. He walks fine because he's a normal person. He just can't be hurt. And then they try and make James McAvoy walk, and he like stops right outside the gate, and then they touch him. He's like, "Bro, don't touch me." He's like, "I'll fucking walk myself. Don't touch me though." And he's walking. And then weird, they go into the room. They're like, "Oh, there's this water for Bruce Willis's character because we see that you're scared of water. So if you try to leave or hurt anybody, we'll shoot you with 15,000 gallons of water to hurt you or restrain you or whatever." And then James McAvoy's character has a bunch of lights set up to make him change his personas.
Which is hilarious. All of his different personas that
I'm telling you, I could watch... Especially, there was that one scene where he's in the room trying to escape. And he backs up to the corner of the room. And he starts running towards the lights. And then it flashes. He changes. And he's like, "Oh, fuck." Then he changes back into where the fuck he was. Goes back into the room, runs again. He dives this time.
He doesn't just die. He jumps up and like the fucking...
But yeah, you made a good point while watching. Just close your eyes.
Yeah, I didn't understand. Just close your eyes.
But maybe... I don't know.
Or put your pillow over your face. Because if the guy can't...
Because the guy blocked it.
The guy can block
it. Which made no sense. Because, like, okay, there was, like, maybe 8 lights.
Man.
He blocks the middle one. Then the side lights are still... You can still see them.
Well, I think he got so close to the guy that he buried his face where he couldn't see the lights. Which is just grab the fucking pillow.
That was after he... That was, like, the second flash. But the first one he was definitely could see.
Yeah.
But, that was kind of smart on his part. But then the guy, like...
No, he turned over. He was like, "Hi, I'm Jade."
That was funny.
Can you grab
my syringe? Like, why do they give him a syringe at first? He's a fucking murderer.
Well, he might have diabetes.
Have a nurse do it.
I ain't getting close to that. I'm like, yo,
here's your syringe. Throw it at me so you can kill me.
I ain't fucking no.
It made no sense. And then
also, there's no way that there's just 2 fucking I don't know if they're called nurses or whatever the fuck they are. There's just 2 people that work in the entire
the helpers
by themselves.
The dude.
He does 12 hours. I do. There's no way. There's no security or anything within the confined areas. No way.
I agree. I was wondering the same thing. But when they're so the first time we see Mr. Glass, it was like a little before this. When we see Glass, he's getting fed. The one of the nurses or whatever is handing him a coffee mug.
Yep,
with a straw.
They sound like friends. They sound like besties.
That's what. Okay, this is another problem I had. So he has the mug and he has the straw and he's helping Mr. Glass hold the mug to drink the water or the coffee. I assume it's not coffee. He wouldn't drink that out of a straw. Iced coffee, whatever. So he's drinking it and then we see that it's Mr. Glass and the guy's like, "Oh, we were just fine before the Ellie came in and ruined everything. We were doing just fine without her." So then he's talking like they're best friends, like they've been there for 19 years or whatever.
Which they probably have.
Yeah. So they're best friends. My problem with this is when Mr. Glass is escaping and the guy comes back in and he was like, he's looking at him. He looks down and see his gown is up. He was like, "You know, if I drop this heavy flashlight on your knee, it's gonna break and you won't be able to move until the morning and nobody will find out." I'm like, if you guys are friends, why the fuck are you breaking his leg?
I don't necessarily know if he's friends. It's kind of like
But that seemed like an asshole thing to do.
It's kind of like in the Broly movie where Broly just befriended this big ass beast thing. He was bored. Like
bored.
He's by himself in a confined area. Yeah, I'm gonna talk to Mr. Glass. We're only 2 motherfuckers in here.
I understand that, but why then he was like, "I'm gonna break your leg,"
bro? Because he's leaving his room. He's terrified.
He doesn't know he's leaving his room.
He obviously did.
When was this? No.
Our producer said that towards the end of the movie, they hinted at the guy that looks like the guy that sounds like a mouse or rat from Horrible Bosses. Don't know his name.
Jason Day.
Yeah, him. He looks like him to me.
Who?
The
one with the beard?
Yeah, the nurse guy that was gonna drop the flashlight.
The one that got stabbed in the neck?
No.
Oh, the other guy looked nothing like Jason Day.
No, yeah. So they producer said that they hinted at Jason Day hurting and breaking Mr. Glass's bones. Also, don't like that they called him Mr. Glass. No, it bugs me.
The look is
Because they don't. They should change the name of the movie then. I guess is a better.
The Mr. Glass.
No, not something different.
Why? It was his movie.
No, it wasn't.
There was the Bruce Willis one. There was James McAvoy.
No, I understand
Now
that.
it's Glass's
My problem with it is with Double D's one, right?
Unbreakable.
Yes, they called it Unbreakable. They never called this motherfucker Unbreakable. That wasn't his nickname. With Split, they didn't call this motherfucker Split. It was just like the name of the movie. I don't like how Glass is his name. I think the name should have been different because all the other names of the other movies were different.
You also have to look at it this way. It was called Unbreakable because it described Bruce Willis' character. He's unbreakable.
Okay.
James McAvoy's character has split personalities, therefore split.
No, I understand that. Okay.
Samuel L. Jackson's character
I think it
has
should have been called
glass
Broken.
bones.
No, he has not.
Broken is a horrible. Glass is a way better name than Broken.
No, I think it should have been called Broken because it was based off of Mr. Glass, but towards the end, James McAvoy's character was doing everything for the Broken.
James McAvoy's character. It was about Samuel L. Jackson's character.
Obviously, it was
James
not.
McAvoy.
Obviously, it was not. It was an origin story of somebody's. We don't know who.
Of the entire world, knowing. Yes.
No. I think it's an origin story of Double D.
They were all three origin. Well, yeah, this was an origin story for Mr. Glass being a villain.
No, because I feel like the origin story was Unbreakable with him being a villain. Because
I don't count that. That's more Bruce Willis's.
But then you still.
Mr. Glass is in one scene, 2 scenes.
He's definitely more than that.
No, but like the only time we see him as a villain is the last scene of the movie.
What's that mean?
So this one was more of an origin story for him. This was more Mr. Glass's story than Unbreakable was.
How is this Mr. Glass's story?
He was the mastermind behind everything.
He was the mastermind behind everything in Unbreakable. So if you're going off of that, then Unbreakable was his origin story again.
Nah, I didn't see it that way.
Because this movie is more about all three of them and the entire universe, as you just said. So it should not be called Mr. Glass.
Mr. Glass is the one. He sets everything in motion in both movies, but Bruce Willis's movie was the first one. This one's Glass. But anyway, where are we at? Mr. Glass, he gets fed the straw. What happened after that?
Yeah, fed the straw. Not fed the straw, but he drank out of the straw. He grabbed it. The guy complained about Ellie. He left. What is next? Dun 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 dun.
Next thing I remember is them being in a little therapy session together. But there was definitely something before that.
Oh, I think next was the girl that the Beast did not take came
Casey
and said something to Ellie, and then she was like, "Can I talk to him?" And she was like, "No." "Can I talk to him?" "No." "Let me walk you to him." Doesn't make any sense. And then they talk for a second, and she's talking to Hedwig, and he is hilarious. He was like, "That's my girlfriend. I haven't cheated on you."
Oh, that was one of the things at the beginning of the movie. James McAvoy's character tells the cheerleaders, he was like, "I had a girlfriend once. We kissed."
Yep.
Nothing more than that. That was like a tie-in for that. But yeah. So then.
And then she touched him, and he turned into Kevin. And then Kevin said, "Fuck this light. I'm out this bitch. Let me get this shit back to the beach."
They're holding hands, and then Hedwig comes back,
yeah.
and he looks down. He was like, "Do you like Kevin now? Or like, are you flirting with Kevin or whatever?"
He was like, "Patricia said I had to take Kevin from like, oh, do you like Kevin now?"
You cheated on me,
basically. And then they leave.
Bruce Willis's son pops up at one point.
Ellie then asks Casey to help her with Kevin / the Beast / Patricia / Hedwig, and she looks at her like, "The fuck," and then dips out. And then does he come?
I think he may have came before her, but regardless, it doesn't really matter because it doesn't matter. But he shows up and he was like, he's in the parking lot trying to rehearse his lines, like, what am I going to say to her? And then he goes in and he was like, "My dad's not crazy. He's a good guy. He just wants to help out."
He was pretending to be the vigilante.
He was pretending.
This is his first time.
And then he said some funny line. I don't remember.
Yeah, it was like he didn't want to call the cops for some reason. It was towards the end. I don't know. I can't think of it. But continue.
But then she's like, "Well, your dad's gonna stay here." Blah blah blah. She's keeping him for 3 days. She has 3 days to experiment on him.
Yeah.
Fucking guess, because that makes a lot of sense. And then what after that? His son leaves. Bruce Willis' character stays in there. Next was that weird scene where I guess it makes sense now. But watching the movie, it was weird. It's when the guys, they're like going to do checks or something, and Mr. Glass is just sitting in the middle of the hallway.
Yeah.
And then they wheel him back into his room, and then it just cuts to another scene. I'm like, what the fuck was that about? That was a weird scene.
I think he stole the aspirin.
Maybe.
Well, this is all the medication was there. I don't know what it was.
I don't know. There's no way he checked the medication. He looked at a piece of paper and was like, "It's here."
Yeah, I was confused about it. I was
like, but that entire sequence was weird. And then it cut to Casey at school, I think. And
no, that had to be before.
Yeah, that was way before because she wouldn't have known.
We're bad at this. This is cool.
Also, I think it's weird that her principal was the one that told her that James McAvoy was
captured
by the police and taken into custody.
Like, why are you talking to me?
Yeah, why would she be the one to say that?
I would have dipped out of school though.
Oh yeah,
I would have left. Well, hey, I have emotional trauma. I got dipped.
What happened after that? It's Glass.
It's wheeled back in.
I don't remember.
There's that.
Next thing I remember, they're in the therapy session. She's talking to them like, "Oh, it's all in your frontal lobe. We're gonna do some experiments on you. We're gonna
say that to two of them.
We're gonna do this experiment, this procedure on you to see. We're gonna run some MRIs, some tests, blah blah blah." And then she says something like, the James McAvoy's character, he was like, "Whoa, how do you explain me getting shot in my stomach?"
Well, she started off with Double D, right? She was talking to Double D and was like, "You have an intuition like a magician."
That's what it was. She was like, "Have you seen The Good Illusionist? Magicians?" I was expecting her to say like a name like David Blaine or something, but she never said a name. And then
she was like, "The red clay you saw on his pant leg. That's how you knew it was the red clay." So all of it was intuition and stuff like that, and then it just cuts to James McAvoy, and he's just doing a little slow clap. I was like,
he was definitely Patricia right there.
Yeah, and he was fucking cackling and shit. And then there was like, "Well, how do you explain this?" Like,
see,
getting shot and shit.
See, and if I was Bruce Willis's character, I'd have been like, "How do you explain me jumping out of a 10-story building and surviving?" Because James McAvoy was like, "Well, I got shot and I survived." She was like, "Oh, well, it was weak, blah blah blah." You can't explain me jumping out of a 20-story building.
I don't give a fuck how old the bullets are. We've seen war dogs. Those old ass bullets, they do damage.
Yeah, but you had an answer for that. Explain me jumping out of a 20-story building and surviving.
I think it was 20 stories. No, wait, it was 20 stories.
Well, I'm just exaggerating. Obviously.
I jumped out of a 3-story building. I mean,
3 stories in 10 to 15.
I don't think it was 10 to 15. Different. There's no way that factory was 10 to 15.
Yeah, it could be.
I'm pretty sure it was probably 2 to 4.
It was at least more. It was more than that.
2 to 4.
The very top one said "end" on the windows when he went to go save the cheerleaders.
What does "end" on the very top?
No, I'm just saying it said "end," but it's definitely more than 4 stories.
How many stories, Lindsay?
I'm not saying it was exactly 10, but it was definitely more than 4.
So let's say it was 7. We'll meet in the middle here. Say it was 7 stories.
Mm-hmm.
I think you can live with that.
I'm not saying he can't live, but he got up like nothing had happened.
Because he has strong bones. Just like Mr. Glass has very, very weak bones. Like, you can at least explain, like, "Oh, you got pretty strong bones, bro." Like,
I don't think you can have strong enough bones to not hurt anything. No, and it's just like the.
How you doesn't have a bruise? We have not.
Can't bruise.
But you didn't know that then.
I mean, do know that,
but you didn't know he didn't have a bruise. Like when he would have been asked.
I do know that.
I think it's very realistic if somebody just has like strong bones, they're not gonna break nothing. 7 stories.
Don't think that's realistic at all.
I think it is, but that's fine. He's been wrong this entire video, so it's cool. We understand that I'm the smart one and he has the petty takes over here. I'll just keep it serious.
You've definitely been wrong about everything.
I don't think so, but continue.
Then she turns James McAvoy, "Why'd you get shot?" Or "How did I survive getting shot?" Because the bullets are old.
When she said these steel pipes were old and she did it with a fucking... No, she didn't. She didn't do shit with a wrench.
No. She was like, it was really hard, but I did it. No, you didn't. You did not do it.
No,
come on now. Motherfucker was struggling as the beast. And
He was like, "How am I walking up walls and shit?"
she was like, "Oh, you watch rock climbing videos? The fuck
does that even mean?
Doesn't make any sense. I can watch a video of somebody cooking a great steak. That mean I can fucking cook this steak great,
Man, watching podcasts all the time. I still trash at it.
man." And what did she say to Glass?
She said, "I'm not gonna go over your medical history because
Oh, she's not getting an MRI because he's
already
had
done.
plenty of them.
We're just gonna have surgery in 3 days."
She was like, "Fuck you, we're just going to experiment on you. Fuck it. You can't do anything about it. We'll punch you in your stomach."
Basically. And then they go away, and I don't know what happens next.
I think the next thing is like Glass is sneaking out. He sneaks into James McAvoy's character's room. He's like, "Do you believe that you're the Beast?" He was like, "I don't even know anymore." He was like, "Well, if you do, and you show me the Beast, we'll break out tomorrow." And she was like, "Well, if you break us out, I'll show you the Beast. You better hope he likes you, or he'll use that."
Yep, and then he shows them the aspirin, then that's how he's not taking his pills.
Yeah, she was like, "Oh, you've been faking."
Yeah.
He was like, "Yeah, I don't take my pills. I take this aspirin, sleight of hand," which doesn't make any sense.
There's no way you got your fucking glass bones is doing sleight of hand shit.
Man, fucking lifting up your armchair. Then he's like, "I have 1 minute," so he talks for 5 minutes.
Man, as long as been in my life.
Definitely call. Oh, the guy
Oh man.
with the shift change, he's outside giving vitamin D tips and asparagus.
Basically
and
said this
shit.
guy was gonna die if he was like, "You drinking enough? How much water do you drink?" He's like, "Not enough." This is a terrible fucking actor. Like, what?
Giving health
Not
tips.
enough water, man.
And then he's not doing his job. He was like, "Well, yeah, I've been studying him for months now, and he takes 7.5 minutes to get to his post on average. Today, he just happened to take 14 minutes. What if he would have took 2 minutes? What if he'd have got there faster?"
He's in a bad mood. He ain't like
Yeah.
talking.
Never know. Movie's stupid. So then he escapes, or he goes back to his room. It goes to the next morning. The lights turn on in Samuel Jackson's room, and then therapist lady is like, "We seen you sneaking out last night. We're putting you in surgery."
Yep.
Samuel Jackson's freaking out. They poke him with a syringe to put him to sleep. He has surgery. He has a laser thing on his forehead.
He does not have surgery.
Well, we think he's having surgery. He has a laser on his forehead.
Was really confused what kind of surgery they're doing with the fucking laser.
Yeah, I didn't
The
understand.
fuck?
I didn't understand. What did he do to the machine? He took the thing out.
He took the lens out, so it's not
As
like
powerful?
yeah, the laser won't magnify
Okay.
or anything. I assume.
I don't understand. Because he just took the thing out, but like the laser's still hitting him.
Yeah, I didn't really understand.
So he has a surgery, or they think he has a surgery. They take him back to the room. That night, the guy brings him dinner, and the guy decides to sit on his bed and talk to him.
Yeah,
I guess.
he's like, "You'll feel better tomorrow." Sits on the bed and he just slices his throat.
At first, I didn't understand what happened. I thought he took the key card. At first, and then I seen he dropped the glass, and it was full of blood. I was like, "Oh, he just slit his throat. Cool." But at first, I thought he just like snatched the key card off of him, and the guy didn't notice because he was just still sitting there. I'm like, he has a pretty fast sleight of hand, I guess. He is a magician.
Gangster.
And the guy takes forever to fall over and die.
He sure did.
Like a long time.
And then he rolls over and grabs the little lens thing that he took out of the machine for
Yeah,
surgery.
do you understand why he went back? I mean, it was to
I think
show
that's
the
just-
audience.
Yeah, to reveal, yeah.
But in real life, I'm not going back over to look at the thing I just took out of and have no need for.
Yep. So then he leaves his room. I thought he was gonna eat for a second. I thought he was gonna roll by. Just got the food. I thought he was gonna take a break and eat. But yeah. So he rolls on through and he goes to the beast and keeps turning off the lights. But every time he unplugs one, it flashes. So James McAvoy just keeps changing people. It's pretty funny.
It is amazing to watch him change in the same scene.
It's very weird.
Cause like you start seeing his veins, and then you can see like his facial expression changes. Like, oh shit, which character is it this time?
Yeah.
But any scene he is in,
And he keeps like he's actually got really good at changing like mid sentence and shit.
that's what I'm saying. Like it'd be like
He's
the
talking
same
like
scene,
Hedwig, and he's like, "Fuck this."
and then you can see like his facial.
Oh, he was a
expression.
gangster in one of them though. It
He
was
was
pretty
again. He
funny.
was like, he was walking around like, "The fuck you doing in here, man?"
Oh, that not to, I guess, backtrack, but towards the beginning when when they first got put in the River Hill,
something like that.
whatever the
Hill
mental
River.
hospital. I think it was Hedwig. He was like, "You think he can beat the Beast? You think he can beat me? The Beast?"
Oh, that's what it was. That's when he was.
Think you
That's
beat
when he
me?
was talking to the therapist lady. She was like,
Swapping up.
"It's all in your head." And he was like, "Where's the other guy at? Where's the guy that thinks he can beat the Beast?" Then he starts walking around. He started jumping at the girl. He's like, "He thinks he can beat me?"
Like, what?
And then he did it. He did it, and then changed to the other person like mid jump. It's so good. Like I don't understand. I don't understand how he's not nominated for that. It's such a great performance.
But so Glass breaks him out. He keeps changing personalities because he's unplugging stuff. And then once everything's unplugged, they just walk out.
They walk to the surgery room, and Hedwig is like, "Can I dance?"
Yeah.
And he jumps on the operating.
No. Before they leave, they were it was Hedwig, and then he was like, "What's your superpower? Are you just super smart?" He was like, "Yeah." He was like, "Well, what's mine?" He was like, "You're 9 forever. You can just see the world how it really is." And then they leave, and then Hedwig wants to fucking dance.
He
on the
dances.
fucking table.
Gets on the table.
Thought
Starts
he was
dancing.
him.
He like kicked his leg out. He was like, he's gonna break his face. So he's kicking. He's dancing. And then I forget why they went in the surgery thing. But I don't
see why they couldn't.
Yeah,
do it
why
anywhere.
they
I was
went in the
confused by that too.
Because he was like, because Samuel L. Jackson's character was looking at the clothes or something.
Oh, it might have been for the cameras.
Yeah, he might have been for the cameras or to. I think he took one of the nurses thing. That's how they went through the basement. Because I think he took one of the.
Oh,
outfits.
he went to the surgery to get the outfit. That makes sense. Yeah.
And then the Beast showed up for some weird reason, starts climbing on the walls, and Samuel L. Jackson's character's like, "It's real." He's watching him climb on the walls. It's weird. And then they go to the camera room, and he's talking to Bruce Willis's character, and he was like, "I shut off the water. We're going to Osaka Tower. You better come save all these thousands of people, or else we're gonna kill everybody."
He was like, "I'm locked in." He was like, "There's a metal door if you told him that he could break through." I don't remember exactly.
Yeah, he was like, break through this metal door, something that any normal human wouldn't be able to do, but you should be able to. Which, in my mind, would it be easier to go through a wall or a metal door?
I think the walls were metal.
You think so? I was
I would
thinking
assume so.
concrete, but I don't know.
But I feel if it was concrete, I still feel like the metal would have been easier because it had the hinges on it
It's
and
not
stuff.
in the-
So once you get all the bolts out, you're like, you don't have to keep like forcing yourself.
And then he breaks down the door, or he rams into the door one time. Nothing happens.
He
did
did
it
like
like
2 or 3 times.
He does it again. There's a dent in it this time.
He's like, "Oh fuck, I can do this."
And then like he's always holding his arm or shoulder or something after every hit.
I was like, "Is he hurt? Like, why?" Because he's like not holding it like crisscross or anything. He's like this, and this one's kind of limp like that.
And then he breaks it down, and the door flies. He walks out into the hallway. He looks up at the camera. Oh, there was that one scene where James McAvoy first gets into his room. He looks at the camera, goes to the side, and then just flips the camera off with his hand.
There's no way he knew that I couldn't see him there.
I don't know.
Because I wouldn't.
It was still funny though.
If I'm over here, it can probably still see me. I don't know. But yeah, he's just like
funny.
he walks away. He's just like
Flips off the camera. But Bruce Willis breaks down the door, and he's running through. He goes to.
Well, while he's breaking out,
They go into the
Glass.
evidence room.
Yeah, the evidence room, and Glass is there, and then Jason Day is there. He comes in. Jason Day walks in, and he's kind of investigating, and just sees Mr. Glass wheel around
With
in
the
a fucking
suit.
suit.
Yeah, where'd the suit come from?
Patricia helped him put it on, is what I assume.
But where did it come from?
The evidence locker. He probably got captured in that.
I don't think he was wearing a suit.
Well, we didn't see it.
Yeah, they said on the last scene, they said that as soon as Bruce Willis left,
He told the police, and they found
came
him.
and got
But
him.
that doesn't mean he couldn't change
He didn't
between
wear
them.
his
There.
fucking
You
suit.
don't fucking know.
It was not wrinkled or anything. There's no way.
The evidence bags, man.
No, it's definitely been folded up
No, it's vacuum
in
sealed.
his little thing.
But yeah, he comes in and then they talk for 4 seconds. Like, you need to get back in your room. Then the Beast just drops down all silently. He turns around. He's like, you need to get back in your room too. And then he gets fucked up.
There was a couple times I couldn't understand James McAvoy when he was the Beast talking.
Because he was the Beast.
But he was acting like I could understand him. There was one time I couldn't understand him.
I thought he was pretty fluent. I could understand him. But that's fine. But yeah, he kills the security guard, or not the security guard. He kills Jason Day, the nurse. And then they roll out. Glass tells them to go to the basement. So they go to the basement, and then Double D is walking around, goes to the evidence room to get his cape.
The raincoat.
Overseer cape. No capes.
Where the raincoat gets scared of water.
I think so.
Why has it?
The motherfucker don't shower.
Thinking the same thing. When they had the fucking jets, is basically a shower.
No, I'm pretty sure.
It did not come from the floor. I looked.
No, I understand that, but like if it's coming from the ceiling, it's probably very, very powerful. It's gonna knock him down.
Okay, there were grates and it was slanted, so there's no way the water was getting up into his face for him to drown.
But if it's just dripping, like, so if you sit in a shower and it's dripping on you like that, the water's gonna come down like that. It can't get in your mouth, especially if it's coming from every angle. Because even if he puts it down, it's still coming here, 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 everywhere. You're a dumbass. Well, let's test it out. I'll build a fucking contraption in this room right here. I want you to stand in the middle of it. I want to see if you fucking
You're
drown.
basically the therapist lady. Well,
Yeah.
so you don't have no powers.
We're gonna try this shit. Let's do it. But so he gets his cape and he goes to leave, and then as Glass and Kevin / the Beast / Patricia, we're gonna call him
Kevin. This is fucking
I'm calling
name.
him P-Dog.
Kevin Wendell Crumb.
No, I'm calling him P-Dog. For personality. P-Dog. P-Dog is leaving with Glass, and they pass 2 nurses. Nurses call for, like...
Oh, you're talking about the girls.
Yeah. There were 2 nurses. They were like, this is suspicious, so they made like a code, unauthorized people. And then that just happens to be when Ellie sits down at her desk with, don't know her name, Glass's mom, Casey, and Joseph. They just happen to fucking show up, which is very weird. Don't know why they just happen to show up. And she gets a little pop up saying that there was unauthorized access, so she goes down and check it out. And then P-Dog and Glass are walking through the corridor. They see 3 security guards, and then I don't know if it was Hedwig or whichever personality he was. Was like, the Beast wants you to roll forward whenever they walk past you. How the fuck you know they're walking past this man, Mr. Glass? But that's fine. So security guards walk past them. James McAvoy walks away.
What the fuck is Glass gonna do? He can't do nothing.
You don't know. James McAvoy turns around to turn into the Beast. He turns to the Beast, fucks them all up, and then they just leave. And then they go outside, and James McAvoy's just locking people in fucking vans and shit. Don't really know why.
He kidnaps the 2 girls
in the van. And that's when you have the big showdown.
How you feel about the showdown?
Fuck that showdown. I want to go to the tower.
Yeah, at first I was like,
what's down for the
tower? I knew
man.
There was only like 20 minutes left in this movie.
Yeah,
right?
I looked at my phone too. I'm like, the fuck? What are y'all
I was
doing?
like, how the fuck are they getting to this tower? I was like,
Same.
And then they kept showing the tower. I'm like, so they're definitely gonna go there.
Yeah.
They kept showing it, and then James McAvoy character locks the girls in the van, and Bruce Willis' character comes out. The Casey, Joseph, and Glass's mom come out the door.
Yeah, because Glass is like, oh, this is where all the main characters pop up.
Like, he had to expand. There was a lot of, like, telling the audience what was happening. Like, I don't think it made the audience feel dumb a little bit. Like, he didn't trust that they were following along.
I guess. I think
it was 2 on the nose. 2 on the nose, I would say.
I think it's more because he's relating everything to the comic book.
Yeah. On the nose. Yeah. And then James McAvoy character starts running at Bruce Willis's. They're fighting. They slam into the van that the girls are locked in. They're screaming.
Like multiple times. They're making a whole bunch of dents. He's trying to punch them and shit. So like, you heard that screaming, like, get away from the van, bro.
And the cops show up with the worst possible plan of all time.
They surround them with shields.
With shields. There's 4. There's 8.
Yeah.
cops. They all have shields.
And
Or go to
they
James
make
McAvoy.
Casey go away. It's
Yeah,
like,
she
you
was like,
go
"Let
away.
me talk to him. I can help him because I can go to his feelings, whatever." Yeah. Shoves her away. They
Which
go.
is the smart thing to do. I approve
So
of that part.
they're all right here. Casey and one cop is right here. He shoves her away. Goes over to line up. The cop goes over here to line up with the other cops, and then they go this way. Like, you just wasted 20 feet of walking, dude. You're tired now. But then they surround. Their 4 cops each surround James McAvoy and Bruce Willis's character with these fucking shields, and they just push together. They're like, "Oh, we're gonna stop him.
We're not gonna let them move." And then Double D just straight moves them
all four of them at the same time.
It didn't make sense if they were all on different angles.
Yeah, it didn't.
And then when it cuts to him, he's by himself against them. It was confusing.
And they're all in a line. He just pushed all 4 of them into a crate.
And then locks them in. And by bending metal, which is ironic.
And by him locking them in, 2 police officers that James McAvoy ate.
Yeah.
Just because he wanted to lock him in and show everybody he can bend this fucking pole.
No, he was like, "I'm trying to save you. Leave me alone."
But he didn't have to bend it. If you just put the thing in, they can't open it still.
Yes and no. I feel like it might have like slid out. I was thinking the same thing, but it could have slid out.
It could have, but it would be a while. And 2 cops got eaten because he wanted to bend these fucking poles.
That was fine.
So
Those cops.
James McAvoy eats the cops, which is really weird. And then Bruce Willis attacks
Saves
him.
the girls.
Oh yeah, he goes opens the van.
Yep. Then they go and fight again, and Mr. Glass is like, no. So he saves the girls, and he's like turning around, making sure the girls get inside, I guess.
Oh, he jumps on top of the van.
James McAvoy jumps up to the van, and then Glass is like, "Hey, here's kryptonite's water. You should go use that 15,000-gallon tank over there to kill him with the water." That's my Glass impression.
Horrible. And then Joseph runs over, and he was like, "There's always a beginning or something that happens to a villain or superhero's origin story."
Yeah, but he's like, "No, not yet."
And when he said that, I'm like, "The fuck is going on?"
I was super confused, but it made sense.
Then we find out James McAvoy's dad died on the same train that Bruce Willis's character was in Unbreakable, which was pretty cool tie-in.
And then Glass fucks. No, not Glass. P-Dog fucks Glass up.
Whatever.
It's P-Dog.
He punches him in the stomach, and you can hear the glass shatter. I'm like, ooh, damn.
Yeah, that one hurt.
And then he falls down to the ground, and he's definitely gonna die. Yep. And then
they fight again. They get him into the water tank, which I'm really confused how he got in the water.
I thought he threw him through the side. When James McAvoy and Bruce Willis are fighting, like James McAvoy is pushing him towards the 15,000 gallon water tank, and we just see Bruce Willis come in from this way in the water tank. So I thought he threw him from the side. So I thought there was gonna be a big ass hole. And then you see James McAvoy jump through the water this way into the water tank. I'm like, the fuck is going on? Yep. And then Bruce Willis is breaking the side because he's...
I'm pretty sure they also came out on the wrong side.
How do you know?
Because, like, let's say this is a water tank, right? And the van's my phone. So they were fighting this way, and how it looks is he gets thrown in this way. So if he's on this side when they're fighting, depending on how everything that happened in the water, it looked like, in my mind, he was hitting the wall on this side when he was hitting.
I just assumed that they like turned around because they were fighting in the water.
Possibly, yes. But I'm saying like I didn't see them turn around, and then they came out this side, and they flowed out.
But the trajectory of James McAvoy throwing Bruce Willis was through the side, not through the top of this fucking water thing. Also, there was a tarp on the top of the thing, so either the tarp
hit it.
Huh?
He hit the tarp.
Who hit the tarp?
Double D.
When?
When he was getting in there, I think it was like around his face and stuff, and he like got it off of him.
I don't remember that part.
I'm pretty sure that happened.
But he was definitely through the side of the fucking thing. But so they're fighting. Bruce Willis breaks the side because he's scared of water. I guess.
Also, if
James McAvoy can't drown.
Yeah, I was gonna say
because it wasn't affecting him at all. He can't drown.
Yeah, I was confused.
Bruce Willis banging the side. It opens. They fall over into the grass, and then James McAvoy gets up. I don't remember how the events went from here.
So from there, they both flow out. It's all muddy. Double D is like weak and he can't get up because he just was in water for 30 seconds. James McAvoy just gets up And I think they shoot something at him, to make him like shocked, kind of. Right, Lindsay? She's not listening. When they get out
Are
of
you
the
drawing over there? What are you doing?
when they get out of the water tank thing, when they flow out, right? James McAvoy character stands up. Doesn't he get shot with like a shock thing or something?
I don't remember him getting shot with anything besides the bullet that killed him. Is that when did Casey just run over there and touch him? What happened after the water tank?
Oh, I thought he got shot with something, but maybe not. He looked at the tower and said he wanted to do it there.
Oh, he didn't get shot with anything. He was like, "We're gonna finish this at the tower, so everybody can see."
Then he turned around and started like walking or maybe running.
He starts running towards the tower. He stops, and then Casey runs over to him and touches him. And then she was like, "Change back or change." She was like,
"Kevin Wendell Crumb, Kevin Wendell Crumb."
And he's not changing, so she hugs him, and then she changes him, and he changes to Kevin. And she was like, "Oh, so you didn't listen to the beast, or the beast listened to me? So that means you don't need to go back. You can tell the beast to fuck off or whatever. Basically, fuck off.
You like the light." And he was like, "I do like the light." And then he gets shot.
Yeah, because we see the red laser over her hair, and then she like moves out the way, and he gets shot in the side. And he looks down and just fucking pouring out blood. Yeah. And then Bruce Willis's character is still on the ground. 5 minutes later, get the fuck up, guy. It's water. Get the fuck up. So he's still on the ground.
And then this guy just drags him. At that point, I'm like, "The fuck are you dragging this? Like, that's so disrespectful."
I thought it was gonna be a reveal for another bad guy. I thought he was gonna take off his mask and it'd be like.
It kind of was a reveal for a bad guy.
Well, I thought it was gonna be like he was gonna take off his mask, like it's me again, like some.
It's really glass.
Like the Indian guy that he caught in Unbreakable with the drugs.
He didn't catch him. He was wrong.
Well, whatever.
I don't think he was
the
wrong.
Guy in the video store.
That's Michael Shamalayn.
Wait, what?
The Indian guys.
Really?
Yeah.
Did not know that. I always thought he was white.
No.
What? Mind blown.
That's why I kept it.
Huh. Did not know that.
Yeah.
I always wondered what he looked like. I always wonder what directors look like, and whenever they're in their movies, I never notice because I don't know what the fuck they look like.
But yeah.
I always thought he was white.
No.
Huh. Wow.
Yeah. That's right.
Huh. Mind blown.
Was he in Split?
Was he in Split?
Yeah.
Was he the same drug dealing guy from the football game?
I would assume so. That doesn't mean he's not a drug dealer.
Just thought of something. So nobody can hear her talking.
Yeah.
We're just staring at her for like 45 seconds.
She said that Michael Shamalayn was in Split was a security guard that was outside of the therapist's office that P-Dog walked around the trash but not through it this
So
time.
what if that'd been a crazy reveal if he would have been the bad guy. The bad cop at the end.
It would have been crazy.
But
it's not.
Anyway, so the cop drags him. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? This is a weird ending.
Then he starts drowning him. And I'm like, the fuck's
in
going
this
on?
puddle.
Yeah. I'm like, why the fuck are you doing that?
Why was the puddle there or the hole there?
It was probably like a pothole.
Because they showed it earlier in the film.
Yeah,
I
was
like,
like,
that's a weird ass.
Yeah,
that's a weird ass shot to focus on.
I thought that McAvoy was gonna kill him there.
Oh, but I thought it was a weird shot to focus on. Then
I did too. That makes sense. But
so he's drowning him, and then we see the guy's hand. He has a club.
And I look at you. I'm like, hey, what's the club? You're like, I don't know. Should I know? And I'm like, I don't know.
I was like, did I miss something in one of these movies?
Wait, I don't know.
I'm like, did somebody from? I was trying to think. Did somebody from Split have a club tattoo?
Yeah, I was
like,
confused.
I literally watched Unbreakable an hour before we went and seen Glass. I'm like, who the fuck had a club tattoo? Tattoo.
Yeah.
Made no sense. And then she was like, or the therapist lady came over and she said, grab my hand. I'm like, that's weird. This puddle is this big. Like, just fucking pull him out. Like, Why are you saying grab
And
his
if
hand
he's
like
unbreakable,
he's a
bro,
fool?
stand up. You're fine.
No, he's still weak in the water,
It
Kyle.
doesn't make sense.
He's still
Stand the
so
fuck
weak
up.
he can't stand up. She said
Stand
earlier.
up.
But she's like, grab my hand. He grabs it, and then it cuts to her in a
His
restaurant.
intuition, his magic skills.
Because they're in a restaurant with 30 people. 2 people walk out. They close a curtain. She was like, "We're all here now."
And I was
Like,
like,
I'm-
the people outside that curtain can hear you still.
Like, and I still don't understand what that scene was for.
I think that was just the club society.
It was, but like watching it before they, like the very end when she says what they are, it was just a weird scene of
I
her
think it was
sitting
just-
in
she
a
was ju-
restaurant.
I think she was just wanting to tell them that, like, you were a superhero. But hey, we're a club society and we're going to fuck you up.
It was a weird scene.
Because she also went to Glass and was like, you're right, but you're right.
Yeah, but she did that after Bruce Willis. So before that, Bruce Willis sees her just sitting in a restaurant, says, "We're all alone," and that's the only dialogue in that entire
Do you
scene.
think that was the only dialogue?
Yeah, there was nothing else because I was waiting for it because it just she was like the only like colored one, and then there was a filter on everybody else. So I was waiting for her to like do something, like pull out a gun and shoot everybody in the room or something.
Yeah.
But nothing happened, and it stayed on that shot for a long time of everybody just walking around. And then Bruce Willis dies. She goes over to Glass, and she's like,
Tells his mom to go away.
so she can talk
About
to her
her
to
dying
to
son.
see if he's dead or check on him or whatever.
Yeah.
And she was like, your theories were right. We've been doing this for 10,000 years. Our job is to not only kill the villains, to kill the heroes, to make sure there are nobody more than humans in the world.
Yeah, he was like, once there's...
That was terrifying.
We're good. I thought it was that. It's terrifying. I wonder if they heard that.
I heard that and it was terrifying.
Doesn't matter.
But she tells him that he's right, whatever, and then she just leaves him. He's not dead yet, but she just leaves him.
I don't think they died. None of them died.
Bruce Willis is
My take.
definitely dead. And then
It's the same thing. You thought he was dead whenever he was a fucking child. Nah, unbreakable.
Who
bitch.
thought he was dead when he was a child?
When he drowned. When he was a child.
Bruce Willis' character?
Yeah.
I never thought he was dead from that. They said he survived it.
No, they all thought he was dead from it though. Like it was a near-death experience. Like
Near death. He didn't die. I don't understand.
everybody thought he was dead. What don't you understand?
Who
Like,
thought he was dead?
they thought he was gonna die until he didn't. Just right now, everybody thinks he's dead, but he's not dead. I don't see why you're confused.
Definitely dead. I don't remember anybody saying they thought he was dead when he was a child.
Never mind. Continue.
Yeah. I remember him meeting the nurse or whatever because he was asking how many times he's been sick. But I don't remember them being like, "Oh, we thought you died, but now you're back now." I don't remember.
No, not necessarily saying they thought they died, but they thought he was going to die because of the water. They did not think that he was going to survive because he was drowned. Because they were trying to do,
CPR. I remember that.
yeah. But he ended up surviving. Just like now, just because he's turned over and he's not breathing doesn't mean he's necessarily dead. We don't.
Well, I'm
see
pretty
a
sure they
funeral or
made
anything.
sure he fucking died. This group that's
I
been
don't know.
around for 10,000 years is what you
Disagree.
said.
He's not dead. P-Dog's not dead. Class
P-Dog
is dead.
died in.
P-Dog's. I'm glad you're calling him P-Dog.
It's
But
because you're fucking annoying now.
Double D and P-Dog.
He
they're
died
not
in
dead.
Casey's arms.
No, he eventually turned into the Beast. The Beast survived. We're good.
No.
He's not dead.
And then
Hot take.
what happens after
Split
death?
2.
Oh, it after they all die outside, it cuts to the therapist lady going to a comic book store. There's like 4 fucking reveals in the last 10 minutes of this movie. It cuts. They're going to a comic book store. She's reading something, and then 2 characters are like, they're just random ass characters. They say something about how the mastermind always has a plan for everything, and he has a backup plan. There's always a plan that nobody's seen coming or something.
Yep.
So this makes Casey think, motherfucker was smart. Maybe there was something else that we didn't think about. So she runs back to the headquarters or the River Hill, whatever. And she was like, "Are you sure we deleted everything?" They're like, "Yeah, but I'll double check." He was like, wait.
No, she was like, did anybody download anything?
Download,
before
that's what it was.
deleted?
And then he was like, oh, they didn't download it, but they live streamed everything. That's weird. Who would have done this? And then
That's impossible.
Then we see not Casey.
I was trying to read the code as he was typing.
I
it
was
in the
too,
first time.
because I was looking for
like,
clues.
I was like, fuck. I don't, like, this shit don't make sense.
It was going so fast.
Yeah, I was like, and then when he pulled it up, the same exact code was going across the
Mhm.
screen at the same speed. I was pissed.
Yeah.
Like that's not a thing that happens. Ever,
And then
but
the therapist lady goes out into the hallway, and we see through the camera that she starts screaming.
yeah, I thought she was gonna turn into the beast.
No, I did
That's
not.
exactly what I thought. I thought she was a beast
I was waiting for James McAvoy to like jump through the window or something.
because he's alive.
He's not alive. None of the three are alive. And
P-Dog is alive,
then,
bro. P-Dog 2020.
Glass's mom, Casey, and Joseph all get emails with the videos from the live stream, which is weird that it seemed like days after the events, and they're now just getting these emails of these videos, even though Glass is dead.
Well, it's probably set on a specific time and stuff.
You would think that it would just be sent to them.
Well, maybe it had to download and stuff. You don't know. You don't know how good his internet
It's
was.
weird. But then they get the videos. They're watching.
Because he's not
it.
dead either.
They're watching it, and they're like, "Oh, we need to tell the world." Blah blah blah. So they go to a train station, bus station, something.
It was. I couldn't.
I think
tell
it was
which
a train.
one.
I think it was a train
I
station.
couldn't tell you which one.
But they're there. They're sitting down. Joseph brings them coffee, and they're just sitting there.
The old lady's like, "How long is this supposed to take? We've been here 2 hours."
Yeah, we
What's
was like,
going
we
on?"
released the video 2 hours ago, and then right on the 2 hour mark, everybody gets these
I was like,
videos,
ding,
and they're
ding.
watching the videos, and then they're all smiling because their loved ones are dead, but they get to see these videos of them dying, I guess. So we're gonna smile. Made no sense.
Yeah, I didn't understand why Casey. I don't see why Casey's involved in this at all. Casey's
Because
fucking weird.
she's in love with Kevin.
They also, I think it was Hedwig, called Casey weird for being like
She
talking
did
to
call
him.
him weird.
He was like, "Wait, we kidnapped you, and you're checking
That was
on
the first
us?
time they talked.
Like the fuck? You're weird. What are you
Fucking
doing?"
Weirdo.
But I don't see why she was there, or like
No,
involved.
she loved
Doesn't
Kevin.
make sense.
And she felt bad for him
Didn't fucking know Kevin.
because she went through a traumatizing. She
Nah.
was raped, so she went through a traumatizing experience as well. She was abused,
Okay,
and Kevin was abused.
what's that mean?
So they're same.
They're not the same.
They're same.
Totally different.
They're both abused.
No,
So she wanted
No.
to help Kevin.
she shouldn't have been there. But yeah, I think the Joseph was just happy that his dad is being seen as a hero now. I guess in some, I don't know if he was definitely depicted as that. I guess in the news and stuff, but in his eyes, everybody's like, no, he's a hero. What he was doing.
There was something that somebody said that made me think there might be a sequel to this. Oh,
He said it was an
the
origin story.
no, the therapist
Okay.
lady, she goes back to their headquarters or whatever. She goes back to the headquarters or whatever, and she was like, we took care of this city, we're going to go to a new city.
Yeah.
So that makes me think that there might be a new one.
And this is apparently an origin story. Who's the origin story
For
for?
Glass. So who would the origin story be for?
I think the origin story
Glass.
is the Avengers. They're going to be called the Broken in this. And it's going to be Glass, P-Dog, and Double D.
I was kind of hoping that the twist
They're
was
the
going to be
Broken.
this was part of the MCU when we started seeing Spider-Man and Wolverine.
Not a chance.
I was like, oh shit, Iron Man's going to pop up.
That
He's gonna
was
be a real
Wolverine.
superhero.
That was Wolverine's reveal to the
Yeah.
MCU.
That'd be fucking insane. Cause I was like, there's a twist. There's a twist somewhere in this movie. But yeah. And then they're at the station. Everybody sees the videos, and it cuts to black. There's no end credit scene. So that was Glass.
Should these people see it?
I enjoyed it.
I think if you liked Unbreakable and Split, you'll like this.
I
movie.
would watch it just for James McAvoy. Like, I legit could just go to YouTube and watch James McAvoy do this shit for hours.
I want to know if there's any
He's so good.
bloopers of him doing this stuff.
There has to be, because they had just had to be like, you're 9-year-olds and you're 9-year-old. Do something
This
that
man's
9-year-old
fucking
would do.
skipping down
He was a
the
fucking.
tunnels.
He was a country person. He was Irish.
He sure was.
He was British. He was doing all kinds. He was gay at one point. There was so many characters that he had. It was fucking amazing.
Best part of the movie.
Oh, there's no doubt about it.
What's the worst part of the movie?
The final fight was weird.
I want it to be bigger.
I don't know. It was just weird that everything converged at that one exact point. Like, why were the mom, Casey and Joseph there? Why the fuck did they
Because it's
show
a
up?
comic book.
Well, yeah.
Because this is a. Yeah, because Casey was reading comic books and saw somebody that looked exactly like the Beast.
Could be
Tarzan.
Wolverine.
Tarzan.
But yeah, I think it was definitely the final showdown. Probably my least favorite part. Anytime Jay McAvoy was on scene, though, was amazing. I'd watch it just for him. How do you rank it in the 3 movies?
Split was the best.
Okay.
Then I'm gonna say this because of P Dog, and then Unbreakable. If P Dog was not in this, it would be Unbreakable. And it wasn't a terrible movie. I liked it.
Glass? Oh, I don't think it was terrible. I just think the last 15 minutes kind of fell through. I liked all the psychiatric stuff. I felt like towards the beginning, Glass had nothing to do with that. He was just setting himself up for that. Because at first, when he's on the screen, he doesn't do shit. He's just in the wheelchair. You're like, why the fuck is he not talking?
Twitching and shit.
And then, like, we find out that he's faking it.
Yeah.
But I liked it. I still think Split's better though.
Yeah, Split's definitely better. Mainly because it's a whole movie.
James McAvoy.
P Dog.
Not P-Dog.
You called him P Dog already.
I called him once.
You can't take it back.
I'm taking it back.
No, I take it
But
back.
yeah, it's good. Go see it.
How many movies have we seen this year?
This is your first one. Your second one. This is my third.
I think I seen something else, but
You have not.
yeah, I saw something in the first week.
What'd you say? Do enlighten me.
Lindsay, what was he the first week of January? Does it show on AMC? Because I'm definitely it had to be on AMC.
You didn't see nothing.
Was on
What
AMC.
does it matter?
I'm about to tell you where I rank all mine right now. I've seen Captain Marvel. Bumblebee.
We seen that in December.
No, it's not December. It's pretty cool. It shows all these. Oh, I forgot about that movie. All right, so yeah, it's really good. Go see it. Any other hot takes on it?
You just said you're gonna rank it. How do you rank this?
Number 1.
You think it was better than Dragon Ball?
Fuck that movie. Take my hot take on Dragon Ball.
Okay.
Reacts,
Okay,
review,
okay.
clashing thoughts,
Okay,
review, what the fuck
okay.
you wanna call it.
I don't know if I like this or Escape Room better.
Escape Room was trash.
Shut the fuck up. You haven't seen it. I don't know. I'd probably give this just because of James McAvoy.
What's your rating?
I would give it an 8.3.
I was thinking 8 even.
James McAvoy's so good, dude.
That's why I did
Like,
give it 7.
if I could just cut James McAvoy, I'd give it 2.
So you want Split 2.
I just want
Tell you,
James.
Split 2 is gonna be a
James
thing.
McAvoy.
I think the Broken are gonna go save the next city.
This has been it for Clashing Thoughts. Shut the fuck up.
The Broken, man. Well, this has been our serious and petty takes here at Clashing Thoughts Reviews. Again, I'm Kyle. This is Jordan. Till next time.
Hate you.